What's up, guys? Crimson Thunder here. I just wanted to give another channel update, though it's been a while since I had last done so. And this one has to do with a bunch of updates that I'm going to tell you about. Now, the first one is that I am going to be planning on resuming some of the projects that I had not been doing for quite some time. The main reason behind that is that it's been I haven't had a lot of time to do too much of it because I have been busy with working and such. But since things are slowing down some in the coming weeks, I do plan on actually resuming some of them. And the second reason behind that is that I have been recently getting some new hardware to upgrade this Skytech Archangel that I have ended up rebuilding not long ago. And I have completed the upgrades that I had planned in order to do. Since I ended up purchasing this machine pre-built back in December of 2017, there have been a lot of improvements that I have personally done for it, and as a result, the actual machine itself is running much better than what it has been. So just wanted to give you some things that you probably want to know. First off, in the front here, I have actually ended up changing the intake fans towards the front, because initially I thought that one of the fans that actually was on the bottom was actually ended up going bad. So I ended up ordering a bunch of ones at $10 each. They're actually really good. I'll post a link of where you can find them on Amazon. And so far, these things went really well. I replaced the ones that are originally on here, and there's also one on top. Now, when this thing was built, I ended up noting that there was also there's a little bit of room for some other fans in the top. So there's also two fans that are exhaust that comes out both the sides over here. And Hercules here is saying hello to you all while doing this. But anyway, there's a couple of exhaust fans that are coming out. So there's an intake fan on the bottom here with it, though it's too dark to see, but it goes through a filter and sucks it in. Then it goes through the system, though it may come later on. It goes through here, and I may actually redo the wire management here, but it goes through here and it gets sucked out the top, and it also gets sucked out the back, so giving a little bit of negative air pressure. And hopefully what I'm intending to do is to end up and keeping it as cool as possible. In addition to that, there's also some hardware that I have also changed on there. Sorry about the little scratch, some of the scratches. It's been used for some time. Plus, I also had some use out of this. Now, a lot of things to note. I have first recently ended up putting in a new power supply unit because of the hardware that I have been ended up doing recently. The first thing that I ended up doing is with the addition to the memory modules, though it might be too dark to see, I ended up doing this Flare X module. There's two of them there's actually two of them in here. So if I let me see if I can undo these screws and open this thing up. Show you all what I ended up doing. Off it comes. My feet's too, but there's a couple of memory modules that are actually back there that comes out to be 32 gigabytes. Also have recently also invested into a new motherboard, which is a Asrock X570 Steel Legend. This has been working absolutely fantastic. And new hardware, CPU wise, originally this ended up having a AMD Ryzen 3 1200 when I first ended up starting it. And what you're looking at, well, what is below this Wraith prism that you see right here, there is a Ryzen 7 3800X that is currently in the system. And also I have also purchased a brand new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 Super, and it's also the main reason why I had to invest in this new power supply unit, this 600 watts, since this does have a tendency to run a little bit hot at times, but it is definitely manageable. I'm gonna have to see if I can manage some of these wires to get as best a good amount of airflow as I possibly can. But this is currently the new system I'm going to be having until further notice, which probably is going to stay like this for a very long while. And with this, I'm now able to fully utilize any modern games with or streams in full HD from now on. The only thing I'm probably going to have to do later on is get a different monitor, because the one I have is a bit too small. And this is basically the machine that I have. So the changes ever since I started, it originally came with a single channel 8 gigabyte RAM that's from G.SKILL that ended up becoming upgraded to a 32 gigabyte of dual memory. It's hard to tell back there, but there actually is two modules that are behind some of the wires that I'm still trying to figure out how to make it all work, trying to get as much airflow as I can just through the entire system. There's also a solid state drive that I've also disconnected this hard drive for, and I plan on actually just having this just to be a solid state drive. There's 1 terabyte from the Samsung. As I said, the Ryzen 3 1200 was replaced by a Ryzen 7 3800X. This NVIDIA video GPU originally was a GTX 1050 Ti, now replaced with an RTX 2060 Super, and this absolutely kicks ass like no tomorrow from Zotac. You can get those for currently about $400 on Amazon, at the absolute minimum for the current time being of this recording. And the Asrock Steel Legend, you can find that on Newegg for about $185. Originally ended up having an Asrock A320M, a micro ATX. And so far, this thing, other than the fact that it runs fairly hot, runs pretty well. Not gonna need to really invest into any of those air coolers just because of the fact that I do not wish to cause any damage to my system. And that's just a little bit of a run through of what the new rigs is. If you have any questions, concerns, or what you might want to see, or any requests that I would like, or you want me to do in the future, which I'm now should be up for just about anything. But until then, I am Crimson Thunder, and I will see you all later.